been a little bit of a crappy week for training. It's been probably almost a week since I trained. I had a certification course that was 3 10 to 12 hour days, which normally wouldn't have been a big deal, but it decided to snow a whole lot during that time frame. So I basically went to that from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and then came home for about an hour and then went out and cleared snow from about 7 or 8 p.m. until about 4 or 5 a.m. Slept for an hour, got up, did that 3 days in a row. So didn't have a whole lot of time for training. And then on top of that, sitting out in the cold skid steer and not sleeping, I have been sick the last few days as well. So starting to feel a bit better, and we're gonna try and get some squats in. Legs are nice and warm and sweaty. Making these not want to slide on. All that nice. We're gonna be working up to a top set of 3 here today. The kids are down here working out as well, so we'll see how much we can hear them. I do have noise canceling on, but we'll see if that covers it. Anyways, we're gonna start warming up, see how things are moving, and see if we can hit something half decent. Just hang out down here, get things feeling nice. And we adjusted the camera angle a little bit so we can hopefully get my lower half in the video a bit more. Emmett's singing in the background, filming his own vlog on his own camera. So maybe I'll see a cameo of him in here. My 25s are across the gym, so I guess our next warm-up is gonna be this. So far from a crustiness standpoint, things are feeling all right. See how this feels for 3 and then adjust from there. Not a 9. Not feeling as nice as I would have wanted it to, but we'll go up. Triple 315 here. It's the most I've done since the comeback. Wasn't even atrocious. Probably not a 9. But I think I'm gonna call her there, given how crappy I'm feeling. Don't want to push things too much. I don't want to prolong any of this. So I'm gonna move on to some good mornings. Yeah, reviewing the footage, it was definitely not a 9. But overall, pretty happy with how it felt, given how terrible I've been feeling. We're gonna get this stuff off and then move on. It's been a little bit difficult going from where I was the last couple meets to where I am now, because, you know, obviously it's quite the difference, but, you know, I'm not that old yet. Still have lots of time to come back. Kind of got to keep telling myself that, sure, I could put a little more time and effort into the whole powerlifting thing, but you know, I should probably put the effort that I'm putting into our business, expanding and growing, and into the family portion, because those are the things that matter a lot more than powerlifting, especially how much of a hobby it is for me. And improving the business is going to improve my quality of life and the family's quality of life a lot more than hitting some bigger numbers on the platform for me. So it doesn't make sense to put those on the back burner for something that's not really going to move my life forward, other than something that makes me feel better about myself. So the smart part of me thinks we're doing the right thing, and I have plenty of time down the road to keep building these numbers and keep pushing them at the moment as much as we can. Next up, we're going to be running a couple sets of good mornings, which I really haven't spent a whole lot of time working on. And as awkward as they are to sort of figure out, they did feel pretty good last time I did them. Given that when I do fail a squat with my long legs and short torso, the issue that I tend to come across is finding myself in that good morning position. So ideally, I don't end up finding myself in that position at all as I strengthen my quads and improve my squat. But should I get into that situation, working on these good mornings and building that back up a little bit more is certainly not going to harm anything. We've also been playing around a little bit with some of the lighting down here, especially in this dark squat corner. So I'm all stuck there. So we're gonna see if any of that helps the video in here. Guess we'll see on this set if the camera's gonna decide to focus on me or the post that's dead center. Find on this camera, if I ever have the display flipped out towards me so I can see where I'm at, I always forget to look at the actual camera, and I look over, and then after I go, shoot, I'm just looking off at nothing. Now it's time for my least favorite exercise of all time, which is the hack squat. Partially because my quads suck, so the hack squat is hard for me. The other part is because this leg press hack squat combo that I've got is not the best, especially for my long legs. It's got a pretty small foot platform, so I'm limited in placement, and with the angle and the dimensions of it all, it just is a little bit awkward unless I find the perfect spot. But we're gonna make it work and try to not use excuses to not build our quads and work on a movement that we suck at. First rep or two, I always gotta find that nice placement. There it is. Okay. One of the nicest things about finally having an actual camera is not having to mount my phone and unmount it in between every single set to record all my stuff. We are feeling like a bag of balls, but we're gonna get through it. rest. So I'm a little upset about that, but we're gonna get them done. Well, my legs are crippled. Not looking forward to this at all. I need to find a workout buddy. Might just cry for a couple minutes here before my next set. And the lungs and head, throat are definitely not feeling amazing with this. We're gonna hit the second set just body weight and try not to die here because we are certainly struggling. Maybe should have given it another day or two before getting back in here, but we're running out of time to get ready for this meet and I gotta get moving if I'm not going to completely embarrass myself. Hey, buddy. Now that all the leg stuff is done, we're gonna hit a couple sets of rows, then we're gonna do a bit of abs, and then we're gonna call it a day. Another thing I gotta get in order is my diet, my supplements. I have been really bad lately at eating good with everything just being so busy. My eating's been bad, my sleeping's been bad. I haven't been taking any of my vitamins or anything, so all that combined I think is certainly not helping this whole sick situation and recovery in general. So I need to dial that in, do a little bit better and stop making excuses to be a fat slob and get myself in order. Starting to feel pretty confident that this was a bad idea to work out today instead of just giving it another day to rest, but we've come this far. So let's get her done. The initial plan was to finish off with some decline sit-ups, but my stomach is feeling a little bit queasy at the moment, so we're gonna just do some seated cable crunches and hope that these feel a little bit easier on the stomach. Felt a little bit better on the tummy, but still not great. Weight was a little bit light on those, so I'm gonna throw a little bit more on so we don't have to do quite as many reps. Okay, let's get this bad girl done. I was wanting to do some extra leg stuff at the end here. Some leg extensions, leg curls, calf things, so that we don't look like such a little twiggly baby, but I was gonna wait till next time. I think I'm gonna go try and get something to eat and then hopefully get a little nap in and try to get rid of this so that I can have a productive week of work and a productive week of gym stuff. And that concludes today's vlog. We got through everything, didn't get to push things quite as hard as we wanted, but fairly happy with the progress overall. This week's goal is to get my nutrition in order, take my vitamins, supplements consistently, try to get a little bit more sleep, and keep on pushing things a little bit harder here so that we can do something okay at our meet. I'll catch you guys next time.